Today's video is going to be all about alcohol markers, what you need to buy for alcohol markers, some techniques with them, and the proper way to use them. So first, I want to bring y'all to the buyer's guide. How do you know what to buy with alcohol markers? Hey, beginner, you don't even know what a Copic is or what an ohuhu. I'm going to be showing y'all today. Y'all will get the best out of your time on this video, so keep watching. Let's begin. When you're buying alcohol markers, you have to notice the nibs. My ohuhu markers right here have a brush nib and a chisel nib. Double-sided nibs, that's mostly what you'll see on the market. You might be like, well, Silas, what markers, nibs, should I look out for? Do I want these things that say like chisel nib, or this thing that says like a brush nib, or this thing that says like a fine nib? Okay, as a beginner, it can be a little overwhelming. Best selection of nibs, I got it right here. Brush nib, chisel nib, greatest of all time. Chisel nib provides you great big strokes. Brush nib provides you great details and stuff, and it can still get pretty decent strokes. That being said, now that you understand your nibs and everything, let's move on to the brands that you want to use. Personally, I recommend something like ohuhu or Copics. Now, this can all vary depending on your price range and your experience in alcohol markers. As you know, this video is in depth for beginners. So if you're advanced, you're probably going to be using Copics. If you're a beginner, you're probably using ohuhu. They're not near as expensive, so you don't even know at this point if you want to use alcohol markers. So I just don't recommend going straight to Copics, but starting with ohuhus, it's your best bet. Of course, there are some other brands out there like Arteza. I know there's a few other brands like Bino. Okay, I recommend ohuhu Copic. That's all I recommend. The only Copics I own is a skin tone set. Greatest markers ever. But I make all of my pieces with all my other things in my art pieces with ohuhu markers. So trust me, y'all, get ohuhu if you're a beginner. All right, let's move on to the next subject of today's video, which is the right paper. It varies on what you're doing. If I'm only using like alcohol markers, I like to use just alcohol marker paper, such as Copic paper. They sell their own paper. It's like $10 for 20 sheets. So yes, it's expensive. Is it worth it? Definitely. Or you could get ohuhu paper. It's still great, especially for a beginner, because as a beginner, as I said, you might not like it. You're just getting a feel. I recommend some ohuhu pads, something like that, as a pure beginner. Where if you already have some experience in it, and you like it, and you know you've been doing it for a while, I recommend you Copic paper. Copic selection 20 sheets paper is amazing. Now we can move on. All right, guys. Now that you learned some, I'm gonna show you guys some techniques like some brush strokes. So as you can see, I'm doing some side strokes, and now I'm gonna do some thinner strokes. This is for more detailed works, and some, of course, circular motion strokes if you're filling in smaller spaces. And of course, your chisel nib, as I said, works amazingly for big spaces. Okay, I want to show y'all some blending tricks. So I'm going to switch the side of the paper and let's blend. So I'm going to start off with my red. So remember, simple strokes. And now I'm going to use my yellow and I'm going to try to blend these two. Now, remember, use that circular motion at the end of your blend. It will help you out amazingly. Trust me, if it doesn't work for you, maybe it doesn't, but it works for me, and I use it in most of my drawings. As you can see, pretty decent blend. I kind of rushed this one for the video. Anyways, let's get back to the studio. So as you can see, that was pretty helpful. I hope this video helped you so much, and if this did, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Comment down below something you want me to do in next video. Whatever y'all want, you know. Any questions, comments, or concerns, you know where to put it. And I will see y'all in the next video. Have a blessed day. Bye!